unmute myself. Yes.
Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, all around the world. It's wonderful to have you here again, as always. Yeah, my ventriloquist dummy. You're not a dummy, Nick. Um, Not too bad. Anyway, you have so many redeeming qualities. We're so happy to have everybody today. An exciting class as always. And we're very grateful to all the subscribers for participating, being members of this community. But you're all members of this community. And remember, this class is always free. We're happy to have you here. We're happy to subscribers, but we just enjoy sharing with everybody, being together. Thank you, live translators. I don't know how you do it. I'm immensely impressed, overwhelmed at the mastery with which you achieve this project. And speaking of mastery and masters, without further ado, I give you Gibson Chang. Oh, and Geshe Michael Roach,
Yeah.
our dear teacher. We're very excited to hear
Yeah,
from you all tonight.
I'm getting out of here. I don't get no credit. Gibson,
Hi
Keiko.
again. Hi Ben. Hi Nick.
Hi.
So here is my homework.
Okay.
All right. So in the last class, we came to a section where Zhongkaba give the reaction to two part of group. The first group is the river school. The second part is the one who identity themselves as a Buddhist. And they both accept the idea of the interdependent, but they don't accept the idea of emptiness. So what is the reaction by the Jason Kappa? So the first question is, although the river school accept the idea everything is interdependent, where they hear the idea that things have no nature of their own, how do they respond and how does Jason Kappa react to this?
Jetson Kappa said this would be a big deal. They're not Buddhists anyway.
Oh, that's nice. Did you hear that
Yeah,
from Uncle?
yeah, true. Is that Rob Haggerty?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. That's right. Yeah, he say they are not accept the idea things have no nature of their own, and he didn't find it strange because they haven't accept Buddhism in the first place.
Yeah.
So, so what is the Chen in Tibetan?
Slave.
Slave. Yeah, slave. How about Bomba?
Darkness, fogginess, dullness.
Yeah, dullness and stability. Okay.
Yay.
Okay, here comes the second question. How does Jason Kaba react to people who identity themselves as Buddhists but don't accept the idea thing has no nature of their own?
Shintakupa?
Bob Haggerty said Shintoku.
Shindukupa, yeah, pretty good. Yes, Jason Kaba say you functionally accept this priceless treasure of all spoken word that everything is interdependent, but at the same time you get accept that everything in the world is empty of its own nature, and then it is so weird. And the weird in the commentator view is that you are embarrassed to my religions. Yeah. Okay, so what is the Kelang?
Accept.
Accept, yes. And what is Chao or Chao Yu?
Messed up.
Ashamed. You should be
Yeah,
ashamed.
shame or consideration.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
I understood half of it.
Okay, what is the best doorway or method to guide someone toward understanding emptiness? And what will happen if you teach them this very method?
Interdependence.
Yes, interdependent. So if someone teach you the pen, for some people, what will they
They will
react?
think that the pen it has a nature of its own.
Cool, Oscar. Yes,
Ooh,
the best method in the whole universe for getting someone through the door is emptiness, and is to tell them that all things are interdependent. But the minute I get this teaching that all things depend on each other, you freeze into that they have their own nature. So what are we going to do with you? You are unreadable.
quite a critical quiz.
Okay, taco. What is taco?
Is that another way to say that us guys or something?
Nowadays,
Then
Yeah. Well, now, what are we going to do with you?
let's see.
Hey, Daco.
Taco, yeah. And what's
Unreadable.
chipacheme?
Unreadable.
Chame. Unreadable, yes, unreadable. So chi is also a word for class. Yeah, so
Nice.
chipachame is unreadable.
Nice. Nice
Okay.
homework.
And here is my translation.
Yay.
Okay. 투니 규첸 공기 대체电의 준위 추강인바 당첸 5월 주배 랑신기니 예 두나네 남바 엔네 맥양 랑신대 주바 다낭为 나 denjunki chudi takun dunba kyuki gyumajidawa shintu sunso shebao.
Nice. Nice.
And so the English is for the reasons given above, things that exist independent on others are things from their own side, have been from the very beginning. Devoid of having any nature of their own and yet appear to have some nature of themselves. Thus, it is that you declare that all this teaching of interdependence, which is taught by you, Lord Buddha, are like an illusion. Sorry, I have another translation before, so I will read later. Okay.
It's nice. I like the translation. It's fine. Yep. I think the only thing I would say is Desiye Dumane. You can say Dumane or you can say Ye Dumane. And Dumane means from time with no beginning, something like that. And then Ye in Tibetan makes it even bigger, like from time with absolutely no beginning or something like that. Where do you see Ye used otherwise? Yeah, Yeshe. And that's the only place where you see it with wisdom. And that means kind of like infinite knowledge. The Tibetan word for wisdom is infinite knowledge. Yeshe. So you get the feeling of the word ye. Okay. It's short, but it's powerful. Infinite. Yeah. Yeah. Infinite. Okay. Nice translation. Next sentence.
The last one is Tuni Rangsinki Juba Chui Cawa Da Satu Jeba Minba Chen Da Xian La Duba Meba Tang Denja Dune Juba Tang Satu Juma Nipojita Puna Si Jilan Mikiawa Si Tuntu Dua Nitu Gyu De Minguro Shibao.
Yeah, this is harder. Okay.
So English translation.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. If things exist through some nature of their own, then hot water doesn't need to be created by others. And the servant doesn't need to be dependent on the master. And dependent is where all things rely on each other and are created by others. How could this pair exist together in a single world without canceling each other? The way to exist naturally is to automatically rely on another, and it cannot be.
Okay, cool. So, yeah. So we gotta, yeah, if things existed through some nature of their own, Rangshinki Drupa, if things existed from their own side, then they could not be like hot water, which is made hot. You see what I mean? You have to apply something to it to make it hot.
Okay.
So hot water by nature is dependent. You can't bath water hot without a heater or a fire or something like that. So he's trying to use hot water as an example of dependence. Okay, and che, sarda che means it wasn't hot, and then you made it hot newly. Sarpa means newly, freshly. It means it wasn't hot when you started, and then you made it hot now. Okay, sarda che means it was artificially made hot. Okay, Hassel? So just the idea of hot water implies what? Dependent origination, because the water has to rely on the fire to get hot. It has to be made hot, and the made here is ch. Okay, it must be made hot by an outside force. Okay, so that's an example for him. If something exists by nature, then it cannot be like hot water. If something existed from its own side, it could not be like hot water. Got it? Because hot water is made hot by something outside of it. You see what I mean? If something was self-existent, it couldn't be like hot water. Hot water is made hot by something outside of it that it relies upon to make it hot. Okay, got it? And he's trying to search for two metaphors for dependence. The first one he comes up with is hot water. The second one he comes up with is a servant, which in this culture, Tibetan culture, this was someone who depended on everything from you, from the master. And people had slaves, people had servants. And then the servants had no food, they had no water, they had no money, they had no place to sleep. And they depended on everything from their master. Okay, so that's in a slave culture or that kind of culture, which Tibet was at the time. Okay, so Chentar means like a servant. You'd have to, by the way, this goes back to Rangshinki Drupa. If something existed from its own side, if something existed by nature, it could not be servantish. It couldn't depend on a master. It should be independent. Okay, it should have its own money, its own water. Okay, so here's two negatives. It's not like hot water, and it's not like a servant. Okay, if something existed naturally by nature, then it couldn't be like hot water, and it couldn't be like a servant, because both of those depend on others. Okay. So Dendel Dune Drupa Sugang is the master of this expression. Say Dune Drupa. Short form. Tundu. Okay, Tundu. And it means to exist in reliance upon something. And then Tendel means to exist in dependence on something, and they are synonyms. Tendel and Tudup. Sometimes Tudup is given as a definition of Tendel. Dependence means reliance. Okay, dependence means reliance. Okay, so Tendel, Tunedupa. Dependence should be natural or it should be something created. Don't forget, he was saying a true nature of something cannot be dependent, cannot be like hot water, and cannot be like a servant. Now let's go to dependence. Okay, is dependence made that way?
Has to be.
Is it a creation?
Yeah.
Something has to depend on something else. So he's saying they're not the same thing. Okay, if Rangshin if something existed by nature, it could not be dependent. If something were dependence, on the other hand, it would have to depend on something. Okay, got it? And that means it would have to be sartu chima. Chima is not a negative here. It's the second part of a word which means artificially created. And I learned that word in the Howard Johnsons at the Delaware Bridge. I would drive my llama to Washington, D.C. once a month. And we'd stop at the Delaware Bridge for lunch. And he'd sit down and he'd say, tell him I want hot tea. And then he'd say, and tell him I don't want the fake cream either. And that's how I learned this word, chima. Chima means artificial or fake. Okay. So here it's chima. And the ma is not negative. It's just part of the word. Okay. Chima means is fake or artificial. Artificial. Chima nipati. Chitabarni shichi. So if you had a natural nature of things, which could not be dependent on something else like hot water or serving, okay? And then you had something which was dependent origination, which would have to depend on something else. Could those two exist together inside of one object? Could you be totally not artificial and totally artificial at the same time? And he says, shi chik mingao, okay? Shi chikla mingao or shi tulo duani du gyurte. He says, you think they could come together in one object? Mingyur.
They can.
Yeah. Gyur? Hey, mingyur. What's that?
We're not going to.
Yeah. You think they could? They can't. Okay. It's a little confusing. He says, gyurte, mingyur. Well, you think they could? No. You think they could? No, they can't. It's a tough sentence. I mean, probably, when I was in Russian class 1,000 years ago, they would say divide and conquer. If this whole paragraph is one sentence, and in my first foreign language, they said divide and conquer. Split it into pieces. Try to split the sentence up. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Geshe. This is all.
Just those two? Okay. By the way, you did a great job. You did a really good job.
Thank you.
That's a real monster sentence. Very painful. Let's see here. Oh, you don't want to see my rock and roll list. Okay. Let me get this big cursor here. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, that's probably the most difficult sentence in the whole first part. Do you want someone to read, Gibson? I like your hair. I like your haircut, by the way.
Thank you. Let me see. Geshe, Milbo Geshe.
You want to come up here? She's going to jump up here. Oh. Come this time. Okay. All right.
My way through.
Right here.
Shipani, Deche Tene, She Soksik, Che, Chikitona.
Okay, what's Shipa mean, you guys? Yeah, point number 4 in his discussion. So we went, because we're mixed nuts, we go and find out what's number 4, which they never tell you. Here it is here, the big letters.
Dana Chetamche Yuma Tabur Sung Sulo.
Yeah, Dana Gibson, therefore. Oh, sorry. Chetam J.
Everything in the world
is Gimatabu.
It's like an illusion.
Yeah, and Sun Tzu means I'm going to describe to you how he said everything was like an illusion. I'm going to describe to you how he said everything is like an illusion. Okay, who's he?
Geshe Kappa?
Book.
Buddha.
What's
Buddha. Oh, Buddha.
it's a praise of Lord Buddha for teaching dependent origination. So when you see a sentence that says he said, you're praising Lord Buddha for saying that everything is like an illusion. Okay. I suggest we don't do the root text because we'll go faster. Because we get it twice. And
You want me to carry on?
Geshe said she really wants to do this part too.
We just did that one though,
Oh, sorry.
didn't we?
No.
No.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay, let's do this one.
Sumpa tokna tompa la sene neshe kebar tempala
Kewar.
sum. Kewar tempala sum. Go boy,
No
no boy,
no tongue.
no boy.
Yeah,
Neluk tempa neshe kitsu.
good.
Lake ne ki yonten dang kyon. Tongwan neshe kitsu. Sungi don tok pe dewa tersulo.
Okay. Gibson, let's read it. Sumba.
Sumba, the third, once you understand that,
Yeah. Tumbalat seme ngeshi kewa tamba. You will be able to kewa angeshi.
you will be able to arise a perception, value
Yeah, like-
perception.
Yeah, or a certainty. That Lord Buddha is that the teacher is Sima. That the teacher is unmistakable. Unmistaken person. Okay.
Yeah.
Unmistakable person. Can't make a mistake. Like me. According to how I talk to my wife. How we can feel ngeshe, certainty about Lord Buddha because of the way he tembas nelu.
The way he teach how things are.
Yeah, the true nature. Good. And how we can also get certainty in our thoughts if we can toa.
If we can see.
And then Geshe has a note here.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Mm,
The
It's a-
Yuntens of Lek and
To
the
myself.
Guns of Nie.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah. Leknye is a word that's created from two adjectives, good, bad. So it means quality usually. Like what's ring tun? Long, short.
long and short.
Length. Say long, short. Okay. So here, leknye. Good or not good? Okay. Leknye. But here he's gonna divide it. Good stuff and bad stuff. And there's yintens to good stuff, and there's kyuns to bad stuff. Yinten means guna.
Good quality.
Yeah, and then gyun means problems. Okay. So we're gonna somehow see that the good stuff doesn't have a problem, and the bad stuff does have a problem. Okay. Then once we talk about the sungi dun, Gibson.
Once we understand the meaning of Lord Buddha,
Of what he said, it's gonna dewa to us.
it's going to put on the happiness.
Yeah, it's gonna make us feel happy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So actually, these are three new categories that we're going to cover. Okay. So here comes the first one, which is how we're going to gain faith in Lord Buddha as being a person who cannot lie. Right? Sema, pramana, which is from some ACI course, because he can teach the way things really are. Okay, that's the subject. Who's gonna read Gibson Law?
Dodo.
Hold on, yeah.
Hi, hi teachers. Can you see me? Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
happy.
당보라니
Nice.
음, ngư 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 ngư
Good
ngư
boy.
ngư bôi
Yep.
à, nê nê lục ten bê sen kỳ lam cả mê
Yeah,
mê bà thắng
nice.
tên tên Yun La
tên
Jesu
chúng là
tên Yun La Jesu Bác Nê
Good.
Sum En La Ang
Nice.
She Ke Tulo.
Yay.
Thanks.
Okay. So this first point about we're gonna come to have faith in Lord Buddha because he taught us how things really are. It's gonna have two parts of its own. Because he temba the Ngopen Gibson.
because he teach the thing really are.
Yeah, the way things really are. There cannot be any lenka from other people.
Lenga.
Yeah, you guys have not had lenka. I don't believe you've had lenka. Lenka means argument. Okay, hassle. Okay, nobody, because he taught how things really are. He kind of became unhassleable. Okay, nobody can hassle him. All right. And by the way, I would have said key. Okay. So maybe we can check that. I don't think you would say. I don't think you would use the instrumental here. Okay, and Tenjin, what's J-pop Sima?
Deductive
Immeasurable.
perception.
Yeah, J-pop means deduction. Okay, and you can deduce from his teaching on Tenjun.
Dependence.
Yeah, from Lord Buddha's teaching on dependence, you can deduce J-pop that his Song Shen is you can have Ngeshe. His other Song.
His other teaching, his other
Yeah,
word.
all these other statements.
Yeah.
Ngeshe means you can gain some confidence in it. Okay. If you see how cool Lord Buddha described dependence, then you feel like you can trust the other stuff he says. For example, on something much more difficult, emptiness. Yeah. Okay. So he's saying you can use when you realize how cool Lord Buddha described dependence, you can get some faith right away in the teachings you don't understand yet, which is emptiness, for example. Okay. Okay, here's the first one, and it's going to be in this next line, which is obvious. All right, who's going to read, Mr. Gibson?
Oscar.
Hola. Tuni, tumpakyuki sunrab chitar tempala, peki gulwang gashiki, kyang chutun tulakmi, nyepar sumpayang, ichepe nesuten jungi, sundiniki, jesupak ne, ni lepar kumte.
Very nice, Oscar. All those plane rides to learn the Tibetan must have It's probably the plane ride that did it. Okay. Here's the meaning of these lines. Dumba kya means what, Gibson?
You low Buddha.
Yeah, and the way you demba stuff in your sutra.
The way you teach in
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
class,
Yeah, in your high teachings.
in your high
Here's a
teaching.
very difficult word for you guys. You know Ngago and Chigo.
Yeah, the debaters in a debate.
Yeah, Ngago means the guy who starts a debate, and Chigo means the guy who responds to the debate. It literally means earlier debater and later debater. Okay. Here he uses a rare synonym for the other guy, which is like paro to chimba means what?
Other
Go to-
side.
It's
The
other side.
oh,
So what do you
So
guess?
guy on
Is,
the other side.
which debater is the paid debater?
The other side.
Yeah, the other
Mhm.
guy.
Mm.
So pay means the other guy, the other debater.
Aikiko.
But it's very rare. It's a very, very
Hmm.
rare. Yeah, very rarely. Okay. So when Lord Buddha teaches his teachings, the Pagels, the other debater guys, some of them, Gashiki, Chutundu Lag Minyepa. They can't. Lag Minye is an idiom that means they can't get a. What do you call that? They
Defeat.
can't. They can't get a chance, or they can't see a crack.
Oh, wait.
The opportunity, crucial point.
Yeah, Lag Minye means no chance. Yeah, there's no chance that they can give an answer. But then he says Chutun,
Mhm.
a relevant answer.
Oh,
They could say something silly and they could answer, like, I just got a fart or something. But it's not a relevant answer. Okay. So he said they couldn't even answer you. I mean, correctly. Okay. So he says chitun. Chitun means in keeping with the thing, which means relevant. Okay. Chitun means is an idiom that means relevant. Okay. They could give an irrelevant answer, but they can't give a relevant answer. Okay. Chitun, they couldn't find it. Sumbayan. Yi chepe nesu. And then Tenjun becomes for them a yi chepene. What's yi che?
Confidence.
Believe.
Yeah, something they can believe in. Okay.
Okay.
And if they carefully jebak about
Didang.
if they close their eyes and use indirect perception, reasoning, if they use reasoning, jebak, okay, they will lekbar kum $100. Yang kum tsulki.
Extend themselves well.
Yang kum tsulki, $100. Dropping to 90.
Aren't you describing the way that Vajrayogini stands with her leg extended?
Yang is this, okay? One leg, oops. One leg bent, one leg bent, and one leg straight, okay? Yang very, very famous in the Vajrayogini practice, okay? Which is straight and which is bent? Yang, take a guess. Yang means straight. Yang means to extend your leg out straight. And kun means to bend your leg, okay? Now, in a debate, in an argument, kun means to shrink, okay? Like you lose the debate and you get all, you get small. But it has an extra meaning. It's a powerful pun, and it means to shut up. Okay. So I thought, Jetson Kopp is showing off, he's using one extremely rare word to say these guys curl up in a ball and shut up. But it can also mean comprehend. Okay. They curl up, they comprehend, and they shut up. Okay. It's extraordinary choice of words. Okay. Very, very difficult to translate. Good luck, Gibson. Okay. They shrink they shut up and they get it. Okay. One, when they figure out, when they use their logic on his statements, Lord Buddha's statements. Okay, good. Cool. Very beautiful. And then they get Yiche about what?
Dependence.
Abundance.
No. They
About soon, about Lord Buddha's speech.
yeah, about everything else he ever taught, especially the emptiness teachings. Well, he described dependence so cool. Maybe what he said about emptiness could be true. Okay. Got it? Cool. That's the idea. And, whoa, that was somebody had a Zoom boop. All right. Who's reading Gibson?
Tracy.
Okay, Tracy, yay. Something happened. Tracy fell on her head or so. She's reading so well.
Must be that.
Maybe thought it was word or something.
Bang some sense in me.
Maybe Oscar's whispering in her ear.
Which sentence am I starting? Okay. Gyusen chi ledu kumpar gyur chena ten drel ki rikpa dini shepa tong wa upa
What?
wa nyon gyur dang
Mungyu.
oh
Mungyu.
ningyu dang
Mungyu.
ning
Mungyur.
Nyungyur
Yeah,
dang.
now the trick with NG, the trick with NG, and I had to learn it when I was a kid. Don't use your tongue. Leave it on the bottom of your mouth. Close the back of your throat.
Nyen. Nyen.
Don't use your tongue. Your tongue is supposed to be out of the picture. Mwah. Mwah. Yeah.
Ngang.
Should
Ngang.
be- you can hold it like this. Mwah. Mwah.
Ngang. Ngang.
Yes.
Here.
Every time you
Dang.
NG, I want you to stick your finger in your mouth. Okay.
Nyen here. Dang. Matang wa kok yer gi ngo po nam la dro dok pa dang kyer dep ki ko
Gundep.
kuntem
Yeah,
Gundep.
Gundep.
kuntem ki go kab yang ring du she pe chiro
Zepe. Zepe.
Tepe chiro she pao.
Awesome. Hey, I think I'll hire a word. Gibson and Chile was pretty much the same, Gibson.
Why?
Yeah, what's the reason? Why? Okay, the reason why, right? The reason why, okay? For what reason do those guys kumba?
Shut in their mouth.
Shrink, shut up, and understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so sometimes kum can mean I finally comprehended it. Okay. So why would they get so understanding smallishly? Chena?
Because?
Yeah. No, if you ask,
You
okay,
may
if you
ask.
you may ask, why they kumba? Well, when they get this Tendelki Drikpa,
when they get the reason of the interdependent.
yeah, which is the whole reason we have here to praise Lord Buddha, this whole text, okay? Dini Shepa, when someone explains it to them, they suddenly understand the things which are Towa Mungyur.
They can direct see.
Yeah, they suddenly understand all the things you can see directly with your eyes. And then they suddenly see all the matomas.
They suddenly see.
You can't see your eye with your eyes, which is called kokir. Yeah, hidden reality. They see the mungyurs, the obvious reality, the evident reality. They see it with their eyes. And then but they also understand the unseen things, which is called hidden reality. Okay, kokir. All the stuff in the world, whether it's hidden or obvious. Okay. So how do they relate to that stuff now? Both obvious stuff and invisible stuff. How do they relate to that stuff now? Well, they don't have Jondok anymore and they don't have Kundab anymore.
Overestimate.
Yeah, they don't overestimate things and they don't
Don't
underestimate.
underestimate.
Okay, they don't. What's overestimate mean? Oh, it must exist from its own side. What's underestimate? Or it doesn't exist at all. Okay, so they avoid all of those kokups to think like that. Kokup?
States of mind.
Kokup means opportunity. Kokup means opportunity. Okay, any opportunity or any chance that they could Jondog or Kunda is stopped, but he doesn't say stop. He says it's Gyang Ring. Gyang means distance.
Made far away from you.
Yeah, Gyang Ring de Zhe means it's the chance of making a mistake is now taken far away. Okay, it becomes far away. Okay, Gyang Ring de Zhe. The Zhe here is high honorific, so it's got to be like Buddha or something. When Buddha explains dependence to them, then their tendency to overestimate or underestimate things which are either obvious or not obvious, all those tendencies are sent on a trip, a long trip. Okay, that's literally what it says in Tibetan. Okay, which means they benefit. All their misunderstandings of reality benefit from understanding just dependence. Okay, so he's still praising dependence as a method. Okay, who's that? Gibson, who's that? Oh, let's go straight to the verse here. Oh no, let's go to the. He says, "Here's number 2," which just means if they learn to judge from Lord Buddha's presentation of dependence, then they can also come to have some confidence in the other teachings of Lord Buddha. So we're going on to this verse. Okay, let's go to the commentary. Who you're gonna torture, Gibson?
Korima.
Who?
Chloe.
Chloe, let's go.
Chloe Ma.
Here, you got the cursor. Grandpa's gonna drink some tea.
Okay.
In
Doni, Tomba, Kyoki, Mawa, Mawandren, Nda,
nice.
Nda Me Par, Tongwei, Gur Ten, Ha Tak Pa, Tukpa, Pen Trong Gi Lang, Bi, Ndi, Ni, Ki, Ni, Your Ki Song Rap Shen Nam La Yang, Kiang, Tet Mar, Your Pain Pa, Ngay Pa, Peo She Pao.
Wow. Beautiful. Okay, what's the dun of this verse, Gibson?
The capital T, teacher.
Yeah.
Teacher of Buddha.
Yeah. Oh, Tumba. Kirki Mawa Denda Mepato Gibson Tata. Kirki Mawa. Oh, okay. The things that you Mawa.
The thing that you are proclaim.
Yeah. Your statements are, they have no gender.
They have without any competition.
Yeah, no equal. Okay, that matter. And because we see that, Gibson, Kartupa, what's the ultimate reason why we might see that Lord Buddha's speech is matchless, no competition? Why? Tenjum.
The dependence.
Good. And then he refers to that teaching as a lam. The path that you created by teaching dependence. Okay. It's even more sema than your other sumra. Yeah, Chloe got it. It's more,
Correct.
yeah, it's more correct than even your other statements, which is impossible. Okay, but it's cute. Okay. Ngepa Kipo, who gets a certainty? Who feels certainty? The other guys. Okay. So they say, well, oh, I'm sorry, I misread it. They will also come to see that your other statements are similar. Once they understand that your statements of dependence are correct, they will come to understand that your other statements are correct. Chloe really wants to read another one. Look, she's bowing down. Just kidding. Don't forget the cursor. Go under the line. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Ni palek ni ki yun tan tang kyong hong wei ne she ke su la sum hong pei kan palek soki tawa tenpa chiro pei look ne what's this? Drill
Yeah.
Yai Chong Ne Su Tenpa
Nice reading.
Le Ne Te Tar Pong Ne Pong Pala Ne Sheki Gu Solo.
Man, she's tearing it up. Okay, let's go Gibson. Nipa. We
The
said
second point. Yeah.
yeah, the good qualities of the good stuff and the bad qualities of the bad stuff. Okay. When you see it, then you will feel Geshe.
Faith.
You'll feel some confidence or faith. And that discussion has three parts, probably three verses. Okay. Number one, Temba Temba Lexo Kitsawa. The Temba of the Temba is the Tsawa of the Lexo.
The teaching of the Buddha is the root of every goodness.
Yeah, nice. Lexo means the huge pile of good stuff that happens in your life. Okay. Like all the good stuff that could happen in your life is a result of hearing the Buddha's teaching. Okay. Temba. And the Chirope look is the opposite.
The other system?
Yeah, the system of the outsiders, which means the non-Buddhists.
Yeah.
It's the Jumne Akara.
It's the source of 100 thoughts.
100 faults, and then when you see 100 in this context, you have to say billion or
billion.
Like a zillion. Usually in English we say million, you know. There's a million reasons why I'm upset at you. Okay. June September. Yeah, once you understand this about good stuff and bad stuff, if you understand it, then you're gonna feel Geshe towards Dumba.
You are going to feel confident toward the teacher.
Yeah,
Buddha.
and you will cool him.
You will respectfully bow down to him.
You will respect him. Yeah. Cool. She's escaping. Who's next?
Roxana.
This other foreign experts.
Amponi, Tonshin Sikne, Shesok Sikchechiki Tonla.
Yep. You know what, Roxanne? We're gonna skip that one. Read this one. It's just the introduction.
Toni, Neluki Ton Chitawa, Shintu, Sikne Lekpar, Sumpe Tumpa, Kyoki Jesu Lopa, La, Chaksok, Gupa Tamche, Gyang Tu Gurpa Yinte, Nietsok, Kunki Tsawa, Daktu Tawa, Dokpe Chiro, Shepao.
Okay, cool. Here's the meaning of this verse. If you can sikpa, ne luki dun, Gibson.
If you can see the meaning of the way that thing works.
Yeah, the way things really are. Jitao Shinto means correctly, okay?
Correctly. Yeah.
Then those lopas of Tumba.
Master.
Low
Here,
student.
yeah,
Students.
lopa is a noun. Those students, those people who follow you, Jesu lopa, you teacher, okay? Something happens to them. Their chakpa goes gyangring. We had it earlier today.
Their desire go millions
Wow.
miles away, long
That
away.
was a long trip, okay? Their desire and other gupas. What's gupa? It's a rare word. It means trouble. Okay, their troubles, meaning there's desire for things. Desire here means ignorant desire. To get it, you will lie, you will cheat. Okay, that's ignorant desire. Is it wrong to have desire?
No.
No. Is it wrong to have desire for money? No. Is it wrong to have desire for a fancy BMW? No. But if it's chakba, then that means you would hurt somebody to get it. That's a different thing. Tom J. Yangling means they get sent on a long, long trip, because you have Dokpa, that Sawa of Nyepa.
Because you have reversed, flipped the source of all the problem.
Yeah, you have stopped, you have you cut off the root of all the problems you ever had in your life, which is Dr. Tawa. Believing that something has a self nature, which is to say, believing that the pen comes from
Coming
its
from
own.
the own self.
Yeah, nice. Whew. Man, you are ripping today. Who's next? Who are you gonna torture next?
Aisha.
I mean, if it was in Sanskrit, she could read it.
No.
Oops, sounds like Cutie told her not to say anything.
And then Anai. No. Anna.
Sorry, we're on the road going back to
Probably Anatole took the microphone to do his.
Then
Yeah.
Then Anairi.
Ani.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Kyoki ten pale chir chok
She was in Sanskrit.
Mutek pe ni katup dang me nga ten pasok yun ring poi par war.
This is part.
Par tu ngel waten parche kyang chichir telar yankyon chaksok nam ko wo chakla shok chikche popa shintu kyurne rankyula len kietang kuntak ki taktu tawaten chetu son wachiro shepao.
Awesome.
Oh
I don't know what. It must be a good moon today or something. I'm gonna push this down so we can read it easier. Okay. So Chir Chopa means Dokpa.
To stop?
Turn away. To turn away. Chir Chopa means turn away from Kirki Demba.
From your teaching,
Yeah, and those are the Mutekpas.
the river school.
Yeah, and they like to do katubs. Give me the Portuguese. Give me the Portuguese. Nick.
Oh,
Yeah, come
Right.
on. That's the only thing about Portugal we do in America.
I know. The
Tapas.
Portuguese.
Tapas.
Oh, tapas. That's
Tapas.
Spanish, as far as I know.
It's Spanish.
Right? So they like to do
Yes,
tapas.
katu is tapas.
Which is like hold up your arm until it shrinks. And supposedly you'll have some spiritual breakthrough or something. And another similar thing they do is they depend on Demba, the practice of Menga.
Five fires.
Fire.
Yeah, they sit in front of a fire, and then they have someone build a fire right next to them on their right, on their left, behind the fire, in front of them, and behind them. And if you can stay there for a couple hours and sweat, then you're purified spiritually. If you can, it's like whipping yourself on the back or something, flagellation, right? Same thing, okay? So Mengat Demba means to use the practice of the 5 fires. Mengat Demba, so they can do that for years.
For a long time.
Yeah, they can do that for a long time. Pardu here means for.
Until. Oh.
For a long time. Nyawa means hassle. So Nyawa means hassle. Nyawa can mean tired, but here it just means they just give themselves trouble. Nyawa. But Chi Chir is being explained by our author. And I should put this over here, actually. I should put this here. Chi-chir equals, when our commentator says te, he says, look, chi-chir is too difficult of a word. It's in the root text, but it's too difficult. It means laryam. Those kyuns will come laryam.
Over again.
Yeah, they'll come right back to you. So chi-chir in this case is not, it's not chi-chir in logic. Chi-chir means back. Okay, both of them mean back. Okay, they will come right back to you. Chi-chir. Okay, those problems will come right back to you. You go cook yourself in a 5-hour fire practice, or you go hold your arm up for 2 years. And then as soon as you get home, all the problems you ever had are going to come back. Okay. Laryan, Kenchak means these defects in character, stuff like that, problems, okay? And then he says a very cute thing. Then Tsongkhapa's doing something very cute. For $10, what's Be mean? And I'll give you a clue. It's related to a name for a country.
Yelling, calling.
Yeah, yell, BOS means to yell. I'm sorry this thing's on there. Go away. Go away.
Hit your escape key, Geshe.
I'm trying. Okay.
There you go.
All right. I wish you would have told me that 12 years ago. Okay. But here, BOD or BOS. BOD means to call, and that's a name for Tibet. That's the Tibetan name for Tibet. And this one is Bupa means it's as if you are calling all of your kyuns. Show. Yeah, all your problems and personal faults, anger, desire, stupidity. Hey, oh, please come to my house. Please come visit me. Please come stay in my brain. Okay, it's very funny, right? Everyone here is laughing, Gibson. Show means what you say to a dog. Show. It means come here. Come on. Okay, so it's like you take all your problems, all your bad habits, and you say, show. Okay, show, please. It's as if you are begging them to come. Okay, then you're going to get all these problems, 2 kinds of problems. Some of those problems are shenke, some of these problems are kunpa. What's that mean?
Some problem that you have since you are born, and some fault coming later.
Yeah, some you have to develop in this life, like my addiction to Netflix movies. That was Kuntak. Senge is my addiction to cinnamon rolls. That was natural to me. But Kuntak is a learned problem, a learned fault, personality fault. Okay. So, for example, Kuntaki, Dr. Tawa, to see a self nature, to think the pen is coming from its side, is called seeing that the pen is the pen. To think that the pen is coming from its own side, in Tibetan is called to see that the pen is the pen. Okay, it's very delicate. Okay, and if you what is it? Basically, if you think that those weird practices like sitting in the fire are going to help you, it's almost as if you are begging two kinds of personality faults to come and park in you. Some are you've had since you were born. You want more cinnamon roll addiction, and kuntak. You want to learn some more. You want to sign up for more online TV shows, networks, right? Okay, like Disney and Apple, and I know all of them now. Okay, Dr. Dog, Danjay to Song. Okay, you are just making your misunderstanding of the then BRTAN, not BRTEN.
Burn.
Stronger and stronger. BRTAN means stronger and stronger. BRTEN means dependent origination. So what do you think it is?
Stronger.
You just it's like you're begging them to come live in your heart. Okay. If you think that beating yourself up is going to help you spiritually. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yay! We finished. Grandpa gets to go eat popcorn.
Thank you, Jen.
That's all they have. They don't have cinnamon rolls here. But Gibson is going to lead us in a discussion of how today's teaching might be useful for us. And I'm going to shut up and let you guys. By the way, Gibson, we have a bunch of people here. If you want, if any of them has a comment, that you guys can come up.
Yeah. So
or Gibson, do you want to start?
Yeah, I want to start because one of the things I learned today is that if you want to learn this concept from Low Buddha, if you can start from the dependence, because if you get confident about this idea, then you will start to get interesting about the other ideas told by Low Buddha. Then you will get more confident about it. So this is the very great strategy to teach pen, because the unique way that Low Buddha teach the dependent is with the emptiness. So this is what I learned today.
Cool.
So is there anyone who have any idea in Sedona?
Yeah, we got
anyone online?
Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Hi. It just seemed to make your life so much easier if you could just figure out where stuff comes from. Like so many problems that we have seem to sort of like fall away and kind of give us all these cool qualities. We just figure out that this causes that things come from causes, that it can only make our understandings of emptiness better, our faith. It just seems like a win-win. I play Lotto every once in a while, and it has like a bonus generator. Like, you want the bonus generator? I'm like, yes, I do. And it feels like if you just understand that, it's like the bonus generator for your life. It just makes it so much easier. And then I also thought the fact that because the Buddha, Lord Buddha, described those things so clearly that he can't lie, because it would be impossible for somebody who understands those things so clearly that they could never lie, because that would be, things don't come from lying. So it would be just impossible for him to ever lie. And that kind of clicked a little bit more today than it has ever in the last almost 30 years for some reason. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for your sharing.
You got any more brave people here? Lindsay's almost ready. No. I don't know. You might have to find somebody online.
Yeah.
These guys are all sleeping. I guess it's
That's okay. So is there anyone online that you have learned something today and want to share? And from the last verse in this class is we have two different thoughts, right? The first thought is we get it from since we are born, and the other one is we learn. And the one thing is dawa. The view of ourselves have any nature. And if you go to learn some practice, maybe you will this view will get stronger and stronger, and you couldn't get out of it. So yeah, I totally agree that Rob Haggerty that if we can learn well on this interdependence, then we can generate some good quality in our own life. Okay, Datu Dawa. Yes, Venerable Upala. Okay. Alex Soren say hurting yourself doesn't purify you. Yeah, it will bring more problem. Take good care of your body and mind. Be kind to yourself. And I think this is one of the realization after Aya see emptiness directly. They don't see hurting yourself can get any good benefits, right? So Sugen say, always remember to rest when you are working too hard. Yes.
That's against all that's philosophy.
I think he's talking to himself.
Hey, listen, what kind of thing do modern people do that is similar to the five fires? Seriously.
The ice water, the
ice plunge.
Oh, in sports right now, it's very popular to jump into ice water.
Bungee jumping. Okay, Mirbo Palase. Okay.
Rosa said the modern equivalent is yoga.
Keep surrounding yourself. Oh, they walking to sit in front of.
Walking on fire or walking on. Some people say walking on fire will help you from here.
Yeah.
Deep Chinese massage.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Ben, do you have any idea about today's class?
Oh, I don't know. I think
okay.
Yeah, it's I was thinking along similar lines. People have sort of covered what I was thinking, that this body is very precious, and I think it's a good guide for us to know how to be successful in our practice. Do the things we do make us capable to do more practice, or do they take away from our ability to practice? If the things we're doing to learn, the things we're doing to help ourselves make us more capable of doing more tomorrow, then that's a good sign. And if they do anything that make us less capable of doing our practice tomorrow, then probably there's a problem. It's sort of an easy guide. Any practice that you would do that would hurt your ability to practice is probably not a healthy practice.
Cool. Mm.
Gibson?
Yeah.
I was thinking that, there's this part when Geshe Kappa says that when you understand the reason of dependence, then your overestimation of things and your underestimation of things will go far, far away. And so, because I've been hearing about dependent origination for, close to 30 years, and those things have not gone far, far away, that's a sign to me that I really need to dive into the reasoning, the logical underpinning of interdependence.
Anyone can give the example that how we get overestimate on certain situation in our daily life? For example, yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead, Gibson.
Yeah, for example, that in the kitchen, when the husband is yelling at you, and we think that they yelled at us without any reason. So this is, I think, the overestimate. And thinking
I guess
yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, if I thought to myself that in order to participate in this conversation and be supportive to Gibson, I should only say something that's very intelligent, and that I can't plant the seeds to be supportive and be supported in my life by just doing my best, opening my mouth, sharing my thoughts. I don't have to look good to everybody. We don't all have to think I'm so clever. That just trying, just sharing my thoughts plants a seed in me. It's not so much about the next moment and whether or not everybody smiles and nods. That's nice, but that's coming from something in the past, and that's overestimating, thinking that somehow what I share right now is all about how people act in the next moment, as opposed to me planting the seeds to participate and support this, this brilliant guy who is giving us all an opportunity to share and practice our understanding with.
Well, thank you, Ben. And Tracy said, Ty, wanting to do so many things, too many projects and practice, not enough time to get it all in, especially when you live in the place with snowstorm. 2 hours to clear out pathway.
Fires.
And Geshe Kappa give the example. He say, if things exist through some nature of their own, he say Juma, that thing need to be created by others. He give the 2 example. One is the hot water, and
Nice.
one is the servant.
Yeah.
And these 2 things need to be created or freshly by other condition. And so anyone can give the example of the Juma, which is artificial in our daily life. If you are trying to give more example of the Juma to prove that things couldn't be exist from their own side or couldn't have some nature of their own.
I think when you're trying really hard to reach a goal, and you're trying really, really hard, and then you don't just plant the seeds, you know what I mean? So there's this frustration. I think all frustration comes from trying really hard. And according to this poem, that has nothing to do with reaching the goal. You just have to plant the seeds, and then you can relax. So I think all human effort is an example here, because it's going to be frustrating.
So Geshe, did you mean that all the humans' effort are Juma?
Yeah, they are. All human effort is an illusion, because whether or not you get something has nothing to do with the efforts you make, unless it's somebody else. All efforts that are not helping somebody else to get something are an illusion. They don't do anything. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Geshe. Throw out the stapler. Okay.
Oh, we got this handsome guy from Mexico. Now,
Okay,
right now you got
thank
a handsome guy from Taiwan and America, but we got the handsome guy from Mexico. Come on, Guapo. Thank you, Gibson. Nice class. Please remember to translate 2 more paragraphs, okay?
Okay.
And you did a good job. You did a really good job on those paragraphs today. Okay, Grandpa's gonna go sleep or something.
Thank you, Geshe.
Hey, my wife must have paid her to make that.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Gibson. Thank you, Geshe Michael. Remember, everybody, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, it is still possible. And you can use these QR codes, these handy dandy QR codes, if you'd like to sign up. And in addition to that, I'm going to put some links in the chat here for you. Remember, you get all sorts of exciting goodies and gifts depending on your chosen level of participation in the subscription in the membership club and the Good Night Club. And remember that you're always welcome here for free, and we're happy to have you. And this is always here for you as long as we can keep it going. It's very much our honor. So last chance to look at the QR codes, but also you can follow the links in the chat. Juan Hasso, you ready, boss?
Thank you, Ben. So I hope a lot of people are signing up for the book night reading. I signed up a little bit ago, and then I got my first book. And actually, I have read it like 2 times, so it's good progress. Yeah, I'm reading a little bit. That's great. So yeah, I keep encouraging people to sign up for it. I don't know. I'm gonna do some research maybe for the next few weeks to know how many people have signed up, how many more are not signing up. We're gonna start reaching you out more personally. You're gonna start getting private messages, stuff like that. But don't worry, it's all friendly. Yeah. So last week we were, well, there's someone says not, but we'll see. Last week we were sharing with you some of the projects that have been happening during last year, especially, and are upcoming for this 2024. And we want to keep going a little bit with that because there are very beautiful projects. Once you have a chance and you actually pay attention to the videos and watch what is it about, I think it's really, really inspired what people are doing all over the world. So we want to share a little bit with that. And then at the end, we're going to have a little talk with a very special friend who's waiting behind his camera, but it's a surprise. You will see who he is in a little bit more. But first, we go to show you some of the projects that are happening in the Worldview Network. So, Gina, please, if you might, thank you very much.
You're muted, Juan.
That was a video from some of the organizers from Singapore and Malaysia. They are doing a lot of teachings. And I mean, I want to really believe that these teachings, just by spreading the ancient wisdom, the world is already changing. So thank you very much for doing that, for taking the time to learn and then to pass it on. I guess we all have been encouraged to do so. So let's keep learning and then let's keep passing it on. We will go to the next video for more projects happening. This is Future Diamond. So there you go. That's Future Diamond. As far as I understand, they are DCI global distributors. They're having very cool teachings, inviting a lot of teachers. So if you have a chance and you can sign up with them for a program, I think it's great. Let's check the next video and we'll see after this if we go with our special guest. But let's watch one more. This is a special from Xuanzang.
Hello， 大家好，我是来自中国重庆的新闻海学林调林。感恩2023在第赛季的陪伴下，我确认了人生只见空性的终极目标。接下来2024，我将继续在钻石星球和 DCIG 中持续的学习和成长，希望早日把自己种到钻石山老师的身边。感恩格西老师，祝福老师健康长寿。
大家好，我是来自中国西安的新荣海学员李颖。感恩2023年钻石星球及 DCIG 的课程带给我的收获、幸福与受欢迎的读书会。2024年，我将跟随钻石星球及 DCIG 的课程继续学习成长，无比感恩格西老师，祝格西老师桃树世界新闻的节目越办越好，祝福我们敬爱的格西老师健康长寿。
大家好，我来自中国成都，我是王琳，很高兴在2023年跟着王一金老师在新荣海学习 DCIG 的课程。整个2023年，我感觉到是我人生最重要的转折点，也希望在2024年可以持续跟着王一金老师继续学习 DCIG 的课程跟钻石星球的课程，继续在智慧上有更进一步，用智慧服务世界，服务爱。祝福格西老师健康长寿，也祝福桃树小广新闻秀遍布全世界每个角落。
大家好，我是刘品，来自
中国重庆，感恩2023年在 DCIG 的陪伴下，收获了健康，打造了艺术空间，建立多管道收入。接下来在2024年，跟随新荣海主推的钻石星球和 DCIG 课程，继续学习成长。感恩葛西老师，祝福老师健康长寿，祝福桃树世界新闻栏目火遍全球，帮助更多的人。
嗨，大家好，我是艳丽。在过去的2023年的一年里，我收获了对空性的更深刻的认知，带着这份认知和理解，我也升级了我的事业。所以我非常的期待着在2024年，我们有更多的金刚学友走进智慧，践行智慧，从而收获自己理想的人生。那在这里呢，也祝福格西老师能够健康，能够长久的陪伴我们，一起在智慧的道路上共同学习和精进。那同时也希望更多的人走进钻石星球，去收获自己对于生活、对于健康更深刻的理解和巨大的美好。谢谢大家。
Dear Geshe, thank you for your continuous teaching over and over years. Your teachings make the world extremely beautiful. In 2024, a prayer for world peace, everyone living and working in peace, adequate food and clothing, and happiness. Thank you for having you. Please stay, we need you. 祝格西老师
新年快乐，万事如意，万事如意。
耶！谢谢。
Thank you very much. We have more videos, but we're going to be showing them little by little because just now we have like a very special guest. We're going to try to be quick, but Tim, are you there?
Yes, everyone.
Could you, tech table, help us with? Yes, thank you so much. How are you doing? Where are you? Why are you not here?
I'm enjoying the beauty of the Phoenix afternoon.
Wow. Nice day for a party, eh?
Yeah, it's always a day for a party one.
That's great. So tell us, what are you up to? Like, what is this mysterious? Like the other day, just Tim requested some time with us. Yeah. I couldn't really figure out exactly what he wants to do, but it's exciting because it's a surprise. What's happening?
So Juan, you know, you've always been talking about how are you going to get to Kyoto?
I know. Sometimes I cannot sleep.
You know, so I don't have a full invitation for you yet, but I'm working on it. But this is our way of getting there, and you're helping us get there, so maybe you'll be able to get there yourself. We have a program starting in, there you go. We have a program starting in the middle of March in Kyoto. It's a new program. It's called Steps on the Path. And it's an intensive program, 5 days in Kyoto. And it's our first course, and it's called the 3 Goals. Do you know what the 3 goals are, Juan?
The 3 goals?
Yeah.
The car, the girl, and saving the world?
Yeah, those are not quite goals, but the first goal, you know, the first goal is to learn about how unpredictable life is and then start to get tired by it, right? And then once we get tired of it, then we also understand that others around us might be experiencing the same kind of suffering. And then by bringing that together, we learn about the wisdom of the pen. And so we're going to be doing the very first course, Steps on the Path, in Kyoto, starting on March 19th. And I think Gina has a registration. Oh, nice, Gina.
Beautiful.
So we have a course from March 19th through March 23rd, a 5-day intensive program in Kyoto. Right. Register here, and we'll be giving you a lot more information about where and when and how. It's going to be 5 full days of classes, and Juan, I'm hoping that you're going to be able to come.
Awesome, team. Thank you very much. We are definitely interested in this. And yeah, we have to have you again soon to hear more details about it.
I would love to give you more details on Saturday, Juan.
Yeah, we can talk about it. By the way, this Friday before Saturday, come because we have a special Asian celebration for the new year, the year of the dragon. And then Saturday we'll have again some segments with the mixed nuts. But for all of you and you as well, come on Friday.
I would love to come on Friday. Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, very welcome. So thank you for letting us know about this thing. Luckily, there is a little longer than a month to get ready for this, but we will keep informing people, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you again very soon.
Thank you, Juan, for the very much appreciate it.
And you appreciate you as well. My English, I'm still working in English, but we need to go back to class, and Stanley Chen is here with us for the next class with Geshe Michael Roach. Thank you so much, and see you soon.
Thank you, Juan.
Okay, first homework.
So, thank you, Juan. Thank you, Stanley, for letting us put you on the spot tonight. We had a last-minute schedule change, and Stanley bravely stepped up to the plate, or he is now officially stepped up to the plate. Thank you.